Hello YouTube! Wow, I'm so excited. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah and you can find me on Instagram at HannahRayBeauty with 2 E's. I'm very excited to be here. I've wanted to do this for a long time, so I'm really excited I'm finally doing it. So for my first video today, I wanted to do a Katy Perry inspired makeup look, specifically her makeup look from the Met Gala this year. And it was so glittery and so smoky and just beautiful. And Pat McGrath did her makeup, and I just was so jealous because Pat McGrath is one of the best makeup companies. In my opinion, her pigments and her shadows are absolutely beautiful. And so I can't wait to recreate that the best I can today. Mine will be a little more on the purpley side, just letting you know. I know that Katy's was definitely midnight blue, so I'm just working with what I have today, and the reason I'm going live is because I'm currently in the process of saving up for the proper equipment to use on my channel, so I'm very excited to just finally be recording a video and get myself out there. I'm just really excited. So let's start by putting our hair out of our face, and I'm going to start off with some color correcting because as you can see, I am a very, very pale person. So I'm going to go in with the NYX Color Correcting Concealer Palette. You can get this at Target or Ulta, wherever NYX is being sold. And I'm going to take the green color and cancel out a lot of my redness. So we're going to just place that over where I have a lot of redness right now. I've always had this random redness patches, like these random redness patches, like down here on my cheeks. And I don't get why they're there. It must be like, I don't know. And then a little bit on my nose, because I tend to have really a lot of redness on my nose. Okay, and I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. I like blending like thicker concealers like this out with my finger, just because the oils and in your skin really heat up the product and make it really easy to just melt right into your skin rather than just placing it on top of your skin. So that's why I'm using my finger to blend this in. I use my finger mostly too for eyeshadows, because I find when I use my fingers for eyeshadows that I get a lot more color payoff. And then next I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, the mattifying primer. And I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand, like so. And I'm going to place it in the areas where I get most oily. I do have oily skin, unfortunately. So I'm going to put this on my chin, inside of my cheeks. Right here, right on my cheeks is where I get the most oily, and my chin as well. But I know I look really weird right now with this green all over my face, but it will all come together in the end. And then I'm just going to take whatever's left over and spread that all over my forehead and down onto my nose. Cool. Okay, so now that our skin is primed, we are going to prime our eyes. I'm using the Too Faced 24-Hour Shadow Insurance, and my shadow word is like all blurred out because I've used it so much. So I'm going to place a bit of that on the back of my hand as well. I actually like this eye primer a lot better than the Urban Decay one, and I used to be like ride or die for the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. But I've just found that this one is way less greasy in my opinion, and it just makes my eyeshadows last longer, because sometimes when I would come home from school or whatever, I would look in the mirror and check on my makeup and my eyeshadow would be creasing, and I'm like, I did not pay $20 for my eyeshadow to crease. So this eyeshadow definitely keeps this primer definitely keeps my eyeshadow like fresh and perfect all day. And then whatever's left over on my finger, I'm going to just take it underneath my lash line as well to prep for that. Okay, so now I'm going to get a matte cream shadow. I'm using the Morphe Kathleen Lights collaboration palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. It's literally one of my favorites. As you can tell, it's very well loved. I especially love this gold color. It's so pretty. But I'm going to take this cream color that I barely have any left of and spread that all over my lid. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush like that and just swirl it around in that color and put it all over my lid. Just a nice light wash of color over your lids. Luckily, I was very blessed with not having a bunch of spider veins all over my lids. I was very blessed and very thankful. So I don't have to use like heavy duty concealer to prime my eyes. Even though that works really well too. I found that using concealer works very well too as eyeshadow primer. But I've always been an eye primer person. So it's your personal preference. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone because I always, I try to do that first because I always forget to do that. So I'm going to dip in to my Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. This is also very well loved. This will last you your entire life. Oh, sorry, I'm blinding you. This will last you your entire life. It is one of the biggest pan sizes that I have seen of a highlighter, and I'm just so happy that he decided to go so big with these products because they will definitely last you a long time. So I'm just going to take a big pointy brush like this and place that product on my brow bone. That highlight is, these Skin Frosts are insane. Like, they are so frosty, so metallic, just the most, I think they're one of the best highlighters on the market, in my opinion, because I really love the blinding highlight. Anybody who knows me knows I love a blinding highlight. So this definitely delivers, and I'm very grateful that Jeffree really went that extra mile to do that. Okay, so now we're actually going to start on the eye makeup, and I'm mostly going to be using the Morphe Brushes 35P palette, and it's the all purple one. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So pretty. Can we just, it's so pretty. And I'm going to start off with a transition color, and I'm going to start with this color right here. It's a very light brown. I always like putting a light brown down first as my transition color, just because I found that it just works better when you're applying your eyeshadow. So I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush from Morphe. This is in like the blue pack. All my brushes are from Morphe, by the way. And I'm just going to start putting that in my crease very lightly. This color is very light, so it's nice to have as a transition color. It definitely reminds me of Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. So if you have that color, then feel free to use that as well. Okay, so there's our transition. There's our first transition color. That's the first one we're going in with. Now I am going to take, I think I'm going to take these two. I like mixing these two together because they're very much on the light purple side. So I'm just going to take those and apply that to my crease. Because with purple eyeshadows, you definitely want to build up your color, and you don't just want to go straight in with the dark purple, or else you're going to look like you got punched in the face. And that's not cute. So that is why transition colors are your best friend when it comes to super smoky eyes like the one we're doing today. So once you have gotten your desired color payoff in your crease, I'm going to take an even darker purple and start to place that in the crease. I think I'm going to take this nice matte one right here Just lightly tap into that. And tap off the excess on my brush. And lightly buff this into my crease. And I'm going to keep this lower in my crease rather than higher, because you want your blend to fade up to this beautiful soft fade rather than just having one stark color. So I love Morphe eyeshadows so much. They're so pigmented and they're so just they're just so worth your money. Sorry, that lighting was not helping me at all. There you go. You can really see the colors better now. Sorry about that. Okay, so now that we have like this mauve-y, dusty purple going on, I'm going to start building that outer corner before we put the lid shade on. So I'm going to take that dark purple we put in the crease, this one right here, and I'm going to put that on my outer corner with that same crease brush. I love using crease brushes in my outer corner. I find it builds the color really well. And it helps blend it in at the same time. Like, it helps blend in that crease into the crease at the same time. So, and then I'm going to go over with black on top of this, but I just wanted to put a nice dark color down so then it helped me blend the black better. So I'm not like, I know it looks like I'm putting a lot of this on, but I'm definitely not. It's just the pigment and the best quality of these eyeshadows. So okay, so now that I have that down, I'm going to take my pencil brush and I'm going to take the black in the palette, which is right down here in the center. I'm going to take that black and I'm going to build it up on my pencil brush. And this is a pencil brush from BH Cosmetics. I've literally had this brush for 3 years and it has never let me down. Wow, I look so funny with all this green. I look so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that black and start to build it up. And I'm going to try and keep this on the very outer corner of this look, because we don't want it going all the way in, because that is not the point of this look. So and once that is laid down, I'm going to take my crease brush again and I'm going to lightly buff over that line where I put the black and blend that out. And then I'm going to go back in with the black again and build it up a second time. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, again starting on the very outer corner and lightly going up into that crease. And then taking your crease blending brush again, and going over that line and blending it into the crease. And now I'm going to build it up a second time, pretty much repeating the same thing we did on the other eye on this eye. Again, oh, look at that smokiness. Yes, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to go over that line and lightly buff that out. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I love smoky eyes so much. Okay, so now that the black is laid down, it's time for the fun part to begin. So I'm going to take my palette again and I'm going to take my finger and go in with this dark blue based purple. It's so pretty. It's like, it's almost matte, but it has like a slight sheen to it. So I'm going to take my ring finger and load that up on my ring finger. Look at how beautifully pigmented that is, folks. Just saying. Morphe does not play around, okay? They are absolutely insane when it comes to their color payoff. I'm going to take that and put it on my lid. Oh, it's so pretty, wow. Oh, I love this. that's so pretty. I love purple eyeshadows. I just think they're so different and unique. I feel like, and I'm going to take a little bit of that purple I put on my finger and buff it a little bit into the crease just so then we can get a nice blend. Anyway, sorry, as I was saying, I love purples because they're just so unique and they're such a fun pop of color and they're so bold, but yet they're so like elegant at the same time. That's just my opinion on purples, but I love purple eyeshadow. And that's probably because purple is my favorite color. So, I love purple eyeshadow. Something to keep in mind though is these eyeshadows have a lot of fallout. If you can see, these eyeshadows are definitely falling all over my under eye, which is why I do my eyes first. I have always done my eyes first, and a lot of people ask me why I do my eyes first, and it's just because, well, I've always done it that way, and because I don't want to ruin my foundation when I have fallout like this come on my cheeks. And I feel like your makeup, like, I love putting my foundation on when my eyes are done because I just see my makeup start to come together, and that's just how I've always liked to do it. So if you want to do your face first, go ahead, and you can definitely like bake under your eyes while you do this step and brush away that fallout and you'll be fine, but this is just how I like to do my makeup. And then I'm going to take my crease brush and blend that black and purple together, and I'm going to go in with that purple I placed on my lid, get a little bit of it on my crease brush, and buff it slightly into the crease, just so then there is a nice blend. And once we blend, we want to go over that color again because sometimes the main lid color can get blended away, so we just want to make sure that that lid stays nice and vibrant. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool! I love this. I love this purple. I just can't get enough of this color. It's so pretty. Okay, so once you build up your color to your desired pigmentation, I'm going to take the, well first I'm not going to wipe off my finger yet. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy because she had beautiful glitter over her lids. And I'm going to place this down over that purple. It's just so pretty. I love this glitter. I think it's so pretty, and sometimes it even looks silver rather than gold, which is really nice because then you can really play around with it on a bunch of different eyeshadows. So that's what I really love about these glitter liners, is they're very versatile in my opinion. And while that's still tacky, I'm going to take some more eyeshadow on my finger and lightly tap over that so then it's not as gold, but we still have that glitter on there. So it's not as glittery, but it's still glittery, but it's just not as gold because the glitter on Katy was definitely, it definitely matched her pigment. It was definitely silver or it was blue. But I tried this while I was creating this look earlier and it works just as well. And you still see glitter. So I'm going to repeat that same step on this eye. And I'm going to try and try my best to evenly distribute it all across my lid. Oh wow, that's a lot of glitter. Oh well. Just try and evenly distribute it as best you can. Or if you have a glitter that matches this eyeshadow, then go ahead and use that as well. Again, I'm going to go back in with my finger and more of that eyeshadow color. And pack it over the glitter. So again, you definitely see glitter, but it's a lot more hidden this time. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Wow. I love glitter. I love makeup. I just love everything about it. And I'm going to go with my crease brush again and lightly blend some of that glitter out if it got into the crease. I'm actually going to add a little more because some of it came off in the center of my lid. So I'm just going to add a little more. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye as well. Just add a little more glitter. Wow, it's so pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as that dries, I'm going to put a little bit more purple over that. And lightly tap that on to my lid. And those are the eyes so far. So pretty. Now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and wipe off my fingers so that it doesn't get all over me. And I'm going to wipe off this fallout that is underneath my eyes because we don't want to mix that in with our foundation. And I'm going to sharpen up this outer edge so that it's nice and sharp. If you don't want your outer edge sharp, you can soften it if you want to. This is just how I'm doing this look. But I've always really liked nice sharp edges like that. All right, so our eyes are halfway done, and now we're gonna start on the face. I'm gonna put my palette aside, come back later with, and I'm gonna take my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation. I am in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is the lightest shade of this foundation. And I like to paint my foundation on in sections just because this foundation tends to dry really fast. So I like to give it a little shake and take a flat brush like this. Excuse my brushes, they're really dirty. I need to wash them. And I like to take it and just start painting it on. And I like to move up on my face. That's just how I've always done it. And a little bit down on my neck too, so then it blends in to my neck as well and matches my neck. So I'm just gonna fix this line that's right here. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna take my purple Sephora sponge. I love this sponge a lot more than I like the Beauty Blender. And I know a lot of people are probably going to hate me for saying that. But I really love this sponge a lot more than I like the Beauty Blender. First of all, it's more affordable, and it's just as good, and it lasts a lot longer. I've noticed that my Beauty Blenders last me maybe 6 months, and this has lasted me, well, so far I got it in December, so it's lasted me for 5 months, so we still have a little more time to test it out. But I've definitely just noticed it doesn't get as dirty as fast, and it definitely doesn't, I don't know, it's just better. I just like this a lot better. And I'm going to slightly take some of that leftover foundation over my ears because my ears get really red, as you can tell. So we're just going to lightly put that over my ears and go back in with that flat brush and continue painting on my foundation in sections. And I like to put a lot more coverage on my chin because I just tend to break out there more, and I like to have more coverage down there. So go back in with my sponge and start blending that out. And this actually covers up the green pretty well. I'm actually pretty surprised. I'm still testing out that concealer palette. My sister ended up giving it to me because she didn't use it, and so I'm still testing it out. But so far I like it. I'm going to go over my nose And bring that up onto the forehead. And spread that around. I just love doing my foundation because it's like all your imperfections go away and your skin is nice and smooth. And your eye makeup just starts to look prettier and prettier as the more you do your face. So I'm just super excited for how this look is going to turn out. Okay, so once your skin is where you want it to be, I'm going to now conceal, and I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, of course, the lightest shade, because again, I am a pale, pasty human, and I need the lightest shades of concealer and foundation. So I'm going to start over where I have blemishes and the redness. Even though I canceled out a lot of the redness with that color corrector, I still like to have more coverage in those areas. And I like to put a stripe down my nose because I just like a lot more coverage on my nose. Okay, that looks so pretty. I'm gonna go in with that sponge again and just tap that in to the skin. Oh, this concealer is so nice. I still haven't bought the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm literally so behind. I need that concealer in my life, but I'm just scared that I'm gonna put too much on and then it's gonna look really cakey, and I don't like the whole cakey look. So anyway, so now I'm gonna do the same concealer and I'm gonna conceal my under eyes. I conceal my under eyes last, and I'm gonna do the famous upside down triangle. Or at least try to do the upside down triangle. And I'm going to take the pointy edge of my sponge and start from the bottom and work my way up. And I'm trying to be really careful when it gets like closer and closer to my eyes because I don't want to mess up my eyeshadow. Sometimes I go in with my finger and I get really nice and tight up close to that lash line. And then I just go over it with my sponge and buff it in a little more. Because I tend to have a lot of my darkness like right at the base of the lash line. And so just using my finger to help blend that out is really handy. Look at the difference. Like this is so lifted and this is like so sad. So I love concealer. Doing my concealer is probably my favorite part about doing my makeup. I know that's like so boring. Well, highlighting too, of course. But I know that's like really boring and really basic, but I just love it. I just love it so much because not only do your dark circles go away, but that's when your eye makeup really starts to come together. So that's why I love concealer. I'm just going to do the same thing I did on the other eye, starting at the bottom, working my way up. And I love wet sponges too because especially when it comes to concealer, it really soaks up any of that excess product that you don't need. And I used to just do my makeup with foundation brushes, and I'm so grateful that I switched over to a sponge because it's just so much easier and faster and just makes your makeup look way more flawless than it ever does with a brush. That's just my opinion, but like, look at the difference. I'm so happy. Okay, then to set that, I'm going to take my my Rimmel Stay Matte powder in translucent, and I'm going to take a nice angled brush like this, or a pointy brush like this, and just swirl it all around in my powder and set my under eyes. You always want to set your under eyes first because under those eyes you got fine lines and you do not want your concealer settling in those fine lines. Okay, so once the under eyes are set, I set the rest of my face, and I'm going to take another Rimmel Stay Matte powder, but this one is in the shade Creamy Natural. I usually use the translucent Rimmel Stay Matte powder to set underneath my eyes because I don't want a ton of powder and I don't want a ton of coverage underneath my eyes. My concealer already did that for me. I don't need more coverage under my eyes if the concealer already did that for me. So I tend to go with the translucent powder because it doesn't add any more coverage underneath my eyes because, like I said, I already have my desired coverage underneath my eyes already done. So on the rest of my face, though, I do like more coverage, so I go in with my actual shade, my actual foundation shade, in a powder form, and I add more coverage on the rest of my face, especially over my nose because I tend to just have a lot of problems with my nose, so I love setting my face too because then I just feel so put together and I love it. Okay, so once your face is set, I am going to start on my brows and let that powder really start to sink in. So I am going to take a little sample spoolie from Sephora that I just pick up every time I'm in there and brush through my brows. Let's scoot up for this part because people really like to see brows being done. Hello, nice. Up close and personal. Okay, so I'm going to take my Anastasia of Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Auburn because my hair has a lot of red to it because I've dyed my hair red so many times in my lifetime. So, and I like to do my brows with an angled brush like this. Again, my brushes are really dirty, I apologize. But I'm going to take an angled brush like this and just dip into my pomade. These, you do not need a lot of product on your brush, let me tell you. These pomades have so much pigment to them, and it's so nice because you can use like one dip in and do most of your eyebrow, and it's so nice. So again, I'm going to take that, and I like to start about a quarter of the way in of my brow, and start at the bottom, and then work my way up and out. See, already you can see all the product that is coming on to my brush. And I like to sketch a line in the bottom of my brow, and then go on top of my brow and sketch a line on the top of my brow as well. Because that's really my guide to fill in my eyebrow. And then I go in with whatever excess or leftover product is on my brush, and I use that to fill in my brows. I didn't start filling in my eyebrows until my sophomore year of college, people. I know. I look back on my senior pictures for high school, and I am so disappointed in myself. And so I am taking the rest of that product and starting to go a little forward, more towards the front of my eyebrow. Boom, brow number 1 done. This is my good brow. This is the nice brow. This brow, on the other hand, is not nice to me at all. So again, I'm going to dip in my brush to that pomade and do the exact same process on this eyebrow. When did you guys start filling in your eyebrows? I'm always curious to know that because when I was in high school, it really wasn't popular yet. Like, brows were not a huge thing until, like, I want to say 2013. Like, fall 2013, spring 2014 is when I want to say brows started becoming, like, the thing. And then 2015 hit, and it was boom, highlighter everywhere. So, that's just my opinion. The whole strobing trend. So once your brows are filled in to your desired effect. My brows are never even. I've tried to get them even for as long as I can remember, and they just never will be even, and I've just come to terms with it. So sorry to you guys who are going to say that my eyebrows are uneven. I know they are, and I'm just gonna live with it. But I'm gonna take that brush that I use to apply my foundation and just lightly carve out this eyebrow, because this eyebrow again is the more messy one. So I like to clean that up and then take my finger and tap that in. And I like to take my sponge as well that I used and tap over the area where I applied that foundation. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go back to that 35P palette by Morphe and take a mixture of the shades that we used in the crease on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take a mix of these three colors right here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to take this short blending brush that looks like this, short and fat little blending brush, and just mix that together and apply that to the lower lash line. And we want to start here and then work our way this way so it's a nice fade, because we want most of the color we want the most intensity on the outer portion of the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to take my pencil brush from before and slightly, ever so slightly, dip into that black and put that on the very outer corner of that lower lash line, gently connecting it to this outer corner right here, and softly blending it out like that, just to add a little bit more depth and dimension. Perfect. Then we're going to go back in with that short little brush and blend that out so it's not super harsh. All right, so now I am going to take a flat brush, flat little circular brush like this, and dip into that purple that we put on our lid and start put a little bit of that really close to the lashes, like right at the base of the lashes, because we don't want a ton of purple down there, but we want a little bit of the lid color on the lower lash line. And just so then it's more of a pop of color, and so then everything ties in together. All right, now I am super excited for this next part. So in the actual look, she has like gems on her inner corners, and it's beautiful, but I don't have gems. So we are going to use a Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter Eyeshadow, and this is in the color Smoldering Satin. This is one of my favorites, and it has a little bit of a pinky tone to it, but it'll definitely make that inner corner really nice and definitely pop. So I'm gonna be very light-handed with this, very, very gentle. Boom. Oh, these are so amazing. I love these. And while that is still wet, I'm going to take that short brush that I had and blend that edge out so it's not so harsh. But just so we have a little bit of pop there. And I'm going to put even more glitter there. I'm not done. I am not done. This is just a base for the glitter that is coming. So again, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. You guys see that? You can kind of see it right there. Sorry, my lighting's a little funky, but it's so pretty. Maybe if I put my hand up like this, can you see it? Oh well. There's glitter there. Just believe it. Just believe it. There's glitter there. And again, while that's still wet, I'm going to take that brush again and blend over that edge. Okay, now I am going to take some lash glue and some silver glitter. This is the Nikki Tutorials and Too Faced collaboration glitter in the shade Glitterly. And I'm going to get some lash glue and lay that down so then the glitter can stick to it. I'm going to put it right over the glitter eyeshadow that we put down. And while that gets tacky, I'm going to just take a brush like this, and I use this brush for my glitter. These are actually paint brushes, these black handled brushes that I got on Amazon, but they work super well for glitter. So I'm going to just take that brush and dip it into my glitter and pop that on the inner corner, just to add even more of a pop. Oh, sorry. Can you see that? There you go. Now you can see it. But yeah, just a little pop of glitter on that eye. I love this eyeshadow look. I want to wear it every day, all the time. Alright, so those are what the eyes look like right now. Super glittery, super intense. I'm in love! And I'm going to put this glitter away so that it doesn't get everywhere. And now I'm going to set my eyebrows with the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Sculpting Brow Mascara in Transparent. And I'm going to take that and lightly set my eyebrow with this. I love the Anastasia brow gel too, but I am poor and cannot afford a $20 brow mascara. So okay, now we are going to go back to the face and we are going to sculpt and bronze. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. And I'm gonna take my Too Faced Power of Makeup collaboration with Nikki Tutorials palette, and I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer that comes in this palette. As you can see, this palette is also very well loved. It's one of my favorites. I use it almost every day. It just has everything you need in a palette. And this blush is obviously my favorite. I bought the full size. So I'm going to take that Chocolate Soleil bronzer with a nice big and fluffy angled brush. And I'm going to sculpt out my cheeks. Kind of bronze and contour with this, but we're going to go in and contour later. I like to bronze first. If you like to contour first, then go ahead. But I like to bronze first because it just helps me map out where exactly I want my contour. And I like to tap on my bronzer first and then blend it out with my brush. And I like to bronze my forehead as well, so then I get some color to my face. And a little bit down on the neck as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in light to medium. As you can see, this is very well loved as well. And I'm going to take the contour shade in the middle right there. And I'm going to take this round brush like this and dip into that contour color and lightly contour my cheeks. Because I don't really like a really strong contour. If you do, then go ahead and do it. But actually for this look, I should do a strong contour because Katy Perry is like queen and she always is contoured to filth. So I'm gonna do that right now. And I like to take that contour and blend it into my bronzer just ever so slightly. Boom. I love contouring too. Okay, then I'm going to take my powder brush again and lightly go over all of that. So then it's nice and blended together. And I'm going to take that pointy brush that I used to set my under eyes, and I like to go underneath my contour and sharpen it up. Kind of like baking. Well, not really like baking, but it's just my alternative to baking since I'm not the biggest fan of baking just because it really dries out my skin. But if you like to bake, then girl, you go bake. Next, I'm going to take some blush, and I'm using the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in the shade I Will Always Love You. It's the orangier one. And I love orange blushes because I feel like they go with a lot of makeup looks. So I'm going to lightly dip my brush into this, and I love the packaging. Can we talk about the packaging? Yes, we can. So, by the way, half of our money that we spend on makeup goes to the packaging. Just saying. And I'm going to take a blush brush from Morphe and lightly dip into that blush because this blush is pigmented if you cannot tell. And lightly tap off the excess. And start pressing that into my skin. I definitely like to press my blush into my skin rather than just full on sweep it on, because when you tap it onto your skin, you don't get such an intense color payoff, because blush can be very tricky and it can definitely ruin your makeup look. So you really want to be careful with how much blush you put on at first. So, and I like to smile and start my blush like right halfway in to my cheek and then bring it up. That's how I like to do my blush. However you feel comfortable doing your blush, go ahead and do it the way you like. And then I'm going to take my powder brush again and blend over all of that so it's just nicely blended together. Now we're going to highlight. And this is one of my favorite parts of makeup is highlighting. Okay, so again, I'm going to take my Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. Pardon my the noise that I'm making. And I'm going to take my Morphe M501 highlighting brush. It has highlighter on it already. Like I said, my brushes are filthy. But, you know, us people who love makeup, we are not good with with cleaning our brushes. It's very hard, and it takes a long time. And so I know we need to get better at it. But it's okay. Anyway, so I'm going to, so I don't blind you. There we go. I'm going to dip into this highlighter, and you do not need a lot of this either, but I'm going to put a lot on because it was the Met Gala, and everybody glows like no other at the Met Gala. I'm also going to wet my brush, now that I think about it, with my NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray, and I'm going to lightly spray my brush. Lightly spray my brush, please. And I'm going to put that on my cheeks. Yes! Oh, I love highlights so much. Especially Jeffree Star's Skin Frosts. I really want mint condition, his like green one. That one looks sickening. I have lavender snow too. I have that skin frost and it's really pretty. But sometimes it's too dark on me, so I have to be careful. But oh my gosh, can we? Are you kidding? Are you kidding, Jeffrey? Do you guys see that right now? Oh my gosh. Let me be your light through a dark tunnel. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm going to take a bit of that and highlight my nose as well. And no need to highlight those inner corners because those inner corners are sparkling already. So, and I'm going to take my pointed brush, if I can find it. There it is. I'm going to take this pointed brush we used earlier to highlight the brow bone, and I'm going to go over that brow bone highlight one more time. Mostly right in the center of that brow bone highlight. So right there, just to intensify it right as the light hits it. That highlight is insane. Love it. I love insane highlights. If I could wear insane highlights, I would every day. And I do. And I'm going to take that highlighter and put it on my Cupid's bow. Alright. I'm going to take my blush brush and I'm going to go over where that highlight, not over the highlight, but over the line of that highlight and lightly blend those two together a little better. I'm going to take my powder brush and go over the top line of that highlighter too, so it's not like a stripe of highlighter on your face. Okay, now I'm going to set my face with my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And I'm going to take my palette again and fan that until it's dry. Nikki Tutorials taught me this trick and I'm so thankful because this definitely, fanning my setting spray has definitely helped my makeup last a lot longer, which is so funny because like, I don't know, like of course I fan my setting spray. Like I fan my setting spray with my hand a lot, but with a palette it's just way more control and it dries way faster and that just makes your makeup set and super, super intact. So now I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect mascara. This is probably my favorite mascara I've ever tried. I go in between a lot, but this is probably my favorite one that I've ever tried. And I'm just going to put mascara on. I love putting mascara on as well because it really helps with the rest of your eye look. It definitely helps bring it together. Okay, you can see it good. Cool. I don't understand people who just put eyeshadow on and no mascara. Like, I don't get it. Like, because mascara completely changes the game for your eye look. It just opens up your eyes and makes you look nice and awake, and you're like a lot of, I love how long lashes are because they're just so pretty. I just feel like mascara makes your eye look so much prettier than it was, and I don't understand why people skip mascara, but just a little fun tangent. And I would put on falsies, but I do not have any at the moment, so please put on falsies with this look because falsies will look amazing with this eye look. But I don't have any at the moment, so we're just going to use mascara. And I'm going to put some on my bottom lashes as well. awesome. Okay, now another favorite part of mine that is happening right now. Her lips. Her lips were so red, so glittery, and I have that red lipstick. Well, I don't have the exact red lipstick, but I have red lipstick, and I have red glitter, and I am so excited. Okay, before I do this, I'm going to prepare my glitter so then it's ready. And I'm going to get my lash glue ready because I'm going to put that on too. Okay, so I'm going to take the Tarteist lip paint. Came in a little holiday collection that my mom gave to me. I don't know what color this is, but it's the red one. And I don't hate these, but I don't love these. I love how matte they are, but I do not love how drying my lips feel at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna start by putting that on first. I don't know what makeup product I like most. A lot of people ask me, and I just can't pick one. Like, I love lipstick. I definitely love lipstick. I definitely think lipstick is high up on my list of favorite products. But I love highlight, and I love eyeshadow, and I love glitter too. So I don't know. I never know. Okay, so now that the bottom lip is done, we're going to do the top one. And again, the reason why I don't love these two is because they definitely cling to all your dry patches on your lips. You can't really tell right now, but it's clinging to all the dry skin on my lips. And I'm like, all right, cool. I love glitter lips. I wish that they, like, I don't know, I just feel like they're not as popular on, like, Instagram and stuff. They're not, like, as trendy. And I so wish they were more popular because I think they're so beautiful. And you have to dip into these a lot too. Like, you have to dip in like 4 times to get your desired color payoff. And that really bothers me. Because it's like, Tarte is a high-end brand. And when you pay money to a high-end brand, especially a lipstick, you don't want to dip into your tube like 1,000 times to get that color that you want. Because you spend a lot of money on high-end brands and it just bothers me. Anyway. Okay. So, wow, this is really red. I love it. So, once you have your red lipstick on, I'm going to take some lash glue and put it on my brush that I'm going to put my glitter on. And I'm going to dip into my red glitter and start to place it on my lips. Let's see. This is my first time doing glitter lips. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and the part that doesn't have purple all over it and put it on my chin so then. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. I love glitter lips. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my lord. That is gorgeous. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I lost my lash glue. There it is. And I'm going to take a little more of that and put more of it on my brush and dip back in to my glitter. There we go. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Okay, a lot of you people are probably going to hate me for this, but I'm just going to take my lash glue and put it straight on my lips because I don't have time to keep continuing to put it on my brush and then dip in my glitter. It's just not working. So, that's so pretty. Wow. I love glitter lips on Halloween too. I think it's beautiful for Halloween because you can do like black glitter lips and it's so pretty and just so edgy and cool. Don't worry, this isn't getting in my mouth. I'm fine. Oh, it's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, and I'm going to do the top lip now. Dip back into that glitter. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I want to wear glitter lips all the time. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like hot pink glitter lips? Everything. Everything. Sorry if you hear like cars and stuff go by. I live next to a freeway. I apologize. Okay, now I'm going to finally do the other half. Of my lips and put glitter on that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my god, look at how sick that looks. Okay, we're gonna go over this edge over here because it's not being nice. Awesome. All right, guys. So that concludes my first YouTube tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, this is the final look, Katy Perry inspired, the Met Gala 2017. This is a close-up of the eyes. So pretty. I love this. Oh my gosh. I want to wear this eye look all the time. And then there's the lips. It's so pretty. I love glitter lips. I think they're absolutely beautiful, like I said. But thank you guys so much for watching my first video. I'm so excited to do more of these. Again, you can find me on Instagram at Hannah Ray Beauty with 2 E's, and at Hannah Ray Beauty again, and there's 2 E's in that at the end of that Ray. So find me on Instagram, give me a follow. I'm super excited to build up my channel and to do this more. I love makeup. Makeup is definitely a passion of mine. So if you guys have any suggestions for my next video, please feel free to comment below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh, subscribe to my channel, okay?